On your marks, get set, go.
Just when you think you've solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning, this show contains graphic depictions, tasteless banter, and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Hey, Ty, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Oh, that one cut deep, bro.
You called it a segue the other night. You were trying to search for the word. I don't know.
Yes, segue was the word that I was so desperately searching for in that vain moment.
Fucking, what happened, bro? That's what I was texting you when we started to talk about it. I'm like, save it for the podcast. I got fucked up, but I remember you being like, fuck you, Dave. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Over and over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying? Because, I mean, I say that occasionally, but, like, it's usually, like, in a dismissive type way or, like, I don't know. What did you say to offend me? Because surely I didn't do anything wrong.
I have no idea. I think we were talking, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. We were just fucking rambling on, but apparently something offended you. But I have noticed there's a tendency within me, like if I start to notice that you're getting riled up, I just egg it on to see how far it goes. Because you don't get like too riled up too often. So I'm like, lanyap, here we go.
Yeah, you're right. I don't, and so, dude. Well, now, dude, right? You're today or like this. These are the correct times for that because I've been like, I don't know if it's not cabin fever because I've been getting out. I don't know, bro. Like, I just need to fucking like something needs to change real quick. Like things need to open.
Well, that's what it is, bro.
Business.
There's not enough variety. Things need to change, definitely.
Yeah, but I've just been like real short, so I there's no telling. I could like have Tourette's again tonight.
It's well, hopefully so, because I think the Reloaded 504ians need to hear you wig out on the fucking microphone. It's quality shit. I wish I was recording when you were going off, bro. I'd have definitely used that shit on a commercial.
I wish you were too. Fuck.
God damn it, man.
God damn it.
I had a question for you now. Open your mind a little bit and think about this. Why do you suppose there are no days celebrating sexual, I guess anything sexual in nature, or even masturbation? All right. I read in the New York Daily News that there is an unofficial holiday in the United States celebrating sex. It's June 9th. Can you guess why?
Celebrating sex on June 9th. Does it have something to do with like the movement?
Nah, because that would be the 6th month and the 9th day.
Oh, that's fucking clever, bro.
Isn't that so clever, bro?
So what do we do on that day?
This is the first I ever heard of it. I don't think I would conduct myself in any other manner because, I mean, I try to have as much sex as possible. So,
Sure.
June 9th is just another day to the Dave. You heard?
Just double it up. And if you're already doubling it up, that means quad it up.
Quad it up, bro. If they're going to say that, then maybe it should be called National Oral Sex Day. Or is that too racy?
No, they already have that. It's called, that is on, let's see, February, that's March. That's March, I think 14th is Blowjob Day. Blowjob and Steak Day.
Blowjob and Steak Day, that's right. We talked about that. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Valentine's Day is the day that you eat the pussy, and then steak and blowjob is obviously when you go all over somebody's dick.
The reciprocation occurs, I guess.
Right. I'm speaking for the females as a male.
Sure.
That's how varied. That's how method act or I can be.
Yeah, and it was totally sensitive, so I'm sure they're feeling you right about now.
Did you hear the realism in my gag?
Yeah, it was totally mooked up, bro. That was gravy.
Yeah.
I got a PSA for all the Reloaded 504ians. This is a public service announcement. Men who ejaculate 21 times per month or more are 19% less likely to develop prostate cancer than those who ejaculate 7 times per month or less. So the more the merrier, and it's to good health. So don't feel guilty about it. Just keep on doing it. If it feels good, do it till you're satisfied.
Yeah, the masturbation is dope, bro. I mean, like, there's nobody that frowns upon it.
Well, I guess religion frowns upon that, right? I'm sure there's
Whatever,
something
dude.
in
You know
there.
what's great about masturbation is that, like, in times of struggle and strife, you can just like look at somebody and be like, "Oh, fucking freak ass bitch probably fingered herself before she showed up."
Yep. My wife got it from my brother-in-law, but it's a bottle of hand sanitizer, and the packaging's got a pretty lady on it, and it says, you may have just touched your genitals. That's the name of the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's funny because I don't know if you heard this or not, but right before we cut off the last time, I said that's great because you have no idea the horrible places that my hands have been before I shook yours.
Absolutely.
Throughout the years.
Absolutely. I worked with a guy one time on a boat. He actually left his fucking tube of hemorrhoid cream on the console where you drive the boat. So, like, I come to relieve him. I look down. There's a tube of fucking hemorrhoid cream on the goddamn counter. Who the fuck leaves that out? You know what I'm saying? And this guy's, like, my superior, so I had to, like, pose the statement tactfully. But I was like, hey, man,
did you leave any medicine here, bro?
yeah, I think you left your stuff out. And he's like, well, it's no. I was like, no, man, I got to work here. I'm not working around your tube of hemorrhoid cream. He's like, well, I don't put my fingers on my butt. I'm like, I don't know where you put your fingers, but don't leave that shit up there. The fuck am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wonder if there's any, like, to the extreme, like, of that, right? Like, I don't know, like, well, let's see. Oh, hey, did I happen to leave my AIDS spray? No, I can't think of anything. Like,
yeah, it's something horrible, bro. Like something horribly contagious. Did I leave
right.
my every STD under the sun wipes on the console there?
Right. Like, did I happen to? I know this is gonna sound silly. I didn't happen to leave my rancid panties here by any chance.
Yeah. Did you smell something
see, I don't know.
stinking? Did you see a gaggle of blowflies just hovering about? It was that garment over there. That's my rancid wife's pussy juice accumulator.
Thanks, because we were wondering what that was. We were afraid to go over there in that corner and check it out.
Right.
The dog has been growling at it all day.
Dude, we were talking about you going off, bro. If you start working for the man again, and if you get laid off, please, I'm asking you, bro, please fake a meltdown. Like scream, cry, beg, plead, and then be like, nah, I'm fucking sick of this place. It sucks. And then walk out. You know, like beg for your job and be like, oh, I can change. It's going to be better. I swear to God. And then once he starts to come around, be like, fuck you. I was just kidding. And film it.
How about I do? Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. I tell you what, bro. If I really go back to that lifestyle, I have to be really desperate, bro.
Yeah, I believe that. So if that happens, then you're really going to be ready to crack. Like you're really going to be ready to go off.
Oh, I'll be so close to the edge, it's unfucking believable.
That'd be awesome. Oh man, I wish I could get that, bro. We we were talking about this before, bro. We both agreed that prostitution should be legal, right? You're on board with that, I assume.
Yeah. If you need to get some dick sucking in, then by all means, bro.
Sure. So I just don't think anyone is going to see it our way. I think that they're going to be disagreeing with us. I think we should test it out on prisons. We could show that it could be regulated, like it would definitely lower prison violence rates, and we could show the statistics and shit, and then, it would prevent prison booty hole rapes and stuff like that. I think it would have a positive impact on the prison population.
Sure, man. Tell me more.
Well, I mean, I guess we would have to step in as pimps at that point. Let's align ourselves with the prison business and just present ourselves as booty pimps. We're just here to protect the assholes of your prison. That's all.
Okay. I see. I think where this is going.
Yeah.
Look, I'm an advocate for booty holes, so I got your back on this. Let's keep moving. Tell me more.
We won't have to dress in like super loud colors or big velvet hats or any of that stuff. We can, I guess, update the look a little bit and show up as looking like businessmen, I suppose. And
Sure.
I mean, a lot of prisons are private institutions now, so you'll be appealing to a business owner, not a state-run board. So I think the heat is off a little bit, And fuck, man, if they got 100,000 prisoners in there, or let's just say 50,000 prisoners, that's going to take a lot of hose. You know what I'm saying? So we could stand to make a lot of money off of that, man. It comes out of their commissary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that that's certainly something that's missing. But I mean, bro, with prisons are privatized, so it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna have to find value in there somewhere for the prisons, because they're not gonna just give away half their fucking money.
Okay, how can we do that? I'm not accepting like moon pies and shit on trade from the prisoners for booty. Like, it's got to be cash, COD, bro, cash on delivery.
Well, they run a pretty fucking tight racket, so I don't know. Maybe we have to deliberate and kind of think this through a bit. But
Okay, I got it. It's going to be in the form of kickbacks to the prison plus like free blowjobs for the prison owner and all the guards. The guards will be nicer.
Dude, that's fucking perfect. They'll buy that hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, I think we're on to something. And
I think sexual favors will be, if they can be guaranteed safe sexual contact, then that would be a fair trade.
Oh yeah, totally safe sex at 120. We might even get sponsored by like Trojan or somebody, or Astroglide, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once the stats reflect our good deeds,
that would be so good if Astroglide would sponsor us, as we were prison booty hole saving advocates.
Yeah, and once the stats reflect our good deeds and our philanthropism, if you will, I think we can take it further and it'll expand, into public society. Whereas they just decide to make prostitution legal because it's doing so well in the prisons.
Sure.
And they have to do that. They have to do that because if you think about it, some people might be going to jail for petty theft intentionally just so they can get laid on a slick from the prostitutes.
I'll put myself in worse situations to get myself laid. That's for damn sure.
As in everybody, bro. We just have to. We're gonna brand our hoes though with the Reloaded 504 logo. We're gonna brand them.
Sure. Sure.
Maybe, I guess, as a tattoo. We won't brand them like a cow, but
no, I'm thinking I think we should go extreme though. I really do. I think we should go with like maybe like a clitoral stud, maybe. Like they have a clitoral stud with our emblem. Bam, right there.
No doubt. Yeah. Well, shit, our logo's like a hoop anyway, so just
Well, I'm not talking hoops, bro. I'm talking studs. It's different. It's going to affect the wiener differently.
I suppose. Does it vibrate?
Okay, we can go ring. I'm all about compromise.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
There's just like what happens if there's pubic hairs and it gets caught. There's a lot of stuff.
True. We do have like a barb on the end of our logo. It could like stab shit or get entangled in stuff, and we wouldn't want to do that, bro.
We could just round it off, dude, in design phase.
Okay, we'll edit that in post.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll implement that idea starting 3 a.m. Tonight, this morning.
Cool. That works for me. I run across this years ago, and I guess I read one article on it or something like that because I couldn't believe what I was reading. And it's people that cannot stop having orgasms. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Not
I've
like
heard of multiple orgasms, but I've never heard of somebody that can't stop having them.
right. Well, it's like somebody having a multiple orgasm, but it just happens while they're walking down the street or just sitting there watching TV. It's like autism of the genitals or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like Tourette's of the genitals.
Yeah, it's exactly. And they can't stop having these orgasms, so they have to go have surgery. Like they got to go have like nerves clipped or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they do to solve that, but it has to be solved medically.
Why?
Because they can't control themselves. Like imagine if you were having orgasm after orgasm in the middle of a boardroom meeting or something. Like you wouldn't know how to act. You couldn't conduct yourself properly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, I mean, people with Tourette's don't. Professionals that have Tourette's don't get their like fucking larynxes taken out.
So
like people have to deal with that. If I'm a bust nuts in the Monday meeting, my boss needs to be aware of that shit.
the people that have Tourette's usually carry cards that explain their condition. You could carry a card around that's like, please pardon me right now, I'm coming. Repeatedly.
Sorry if I'm still shaking, I just busted a nut.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do.
Don't mind
Right?
me, I'm
Like-
getting off right now.
Yeah. My eyes normally look like this.
That's fucked up, dude. You know what I'm noticing? Like, all my show notes are, like, sexual. This is the next one, bro. If men have two nuts, but only one sack, who's to say that somewhere along the line, the left and the right didn't just swap sides, and you didn't even notice?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that they're like you don't, whenever you get nervous, dude, you don't, like, go down in your pants and just start, like, tossing them around like some Benoit balls?
I don't twirl them, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the left, as far as I know, the left stays on the left and the right stays on the right. But they could have got twisted back in the day and I didn't even know it. Or they could be really twisted right now.
Yeah. Well, so you take them in your palm and then you get them nestled in the palm nicely.
Okay.
Right? And then you roll them off your palm towards like the front of your palm, so where your fingers are more cupping them now at this point.
Okay.
And then from this point, you simply roll your fingers up and down from index to pinky in sequential finger motions, and it'll soothe you. It'll cause basically like any kind of anxiety you're having. It'll basically take care of it like after 15 seconds of doing this.
Oh, hell yeah.
They also recommend just taking a deep, like for the whole 15 seconds, 7.5 of those seconds, stare into the sky and take deep nose breaths in.
Uh-huh.
And then exhale through your mouth in a blowing motion.
All right, that's all
as
fine
you
and
bring
good,
your
man.
sight back down to what you're doing, your nuts.
I believe you 120%. That's all fine and good, but that still doesn't solve the conundrum. What if your nuts are twisted and you don't even know? Like, you could be walking around like, oh, man, I've been having lower back pain for the past 3 years. But lo and behold, 3 years ago, your nuts swapped sides, and now they're a little twisted, and that's why you feel like your back's hurting. Like, you don't even realize that shit.
That could be a thing. I think it would probably cause like so it's like when a hose gets cinched, you know, like, so it's just going to be some kind of blockage. So the way that I usually check for that is I try to apply somebody's lips to my penis as often as possible, and then usually if the blockage is clear, well, then they tell me.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm still concerned about this testicular swapping confusion. I could be like, man, I just busted my left nut, but really it was the right, but the right's not where it's supposed to be. And I mean, you know, how much communication can you have with those guys? You can only feel so much. You just know there's one on one side and one on the other, but they could have got twisted 3 years ago and you've been walking around stressing. You know what I'm saying? Just stressing.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just, what do they call that when you not Stockholm syndrome, when you think you're sick, you have everything. But, you know, just be easy when it comes to your nuts, bro. Just understand that you don't have to understand everything about them. They're just there to be your friends, and fucking just protect them at all times.
What the fuck do they call that? When you think you're sick all the time, but you're not? God damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. 2 shots ago, I would have been able to...
Hypochondriac-ism?
Yes, hypochondriac.
Hypochondria?
Yeah, you're a hypochondriac if you have that syndrome or you do that thing.
Yes. That's gotta suck, bro. That's gotta be one of the worst things ever, because you were just constantly stressing about dying, and you know that if you're constantly stressing about dying, you're like reducing your life by like every day is 24 hours, but if you're that dude, it's like fucking tick, tick, tick.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
That sucks, dude.
On top of that, remember you and I were talking about, and we said it was a no-no. We both agreed, self-diagnosing via internet. Like you go to the internet, type in your symptoms.
100%.
Dude, you will think
that'll lead to hypochondria.
Yeah, you definitely. You will think like you got the rockin' pneumonia and a boogie woogie flu, and really, no, that's not the case. It'll make you think that you're worse off than you actually are, bro.
Yeah. I've recently started. I never even had any inkling of that, right? Like never. But as I get older, sometimes thoughts can manifest. So I'll have a glancing thought, and I'll be like, "Well, that was weird. I've never had that thought before." And then I'll be like, "Well, what if that could actually really happen?" And then I'll start to be like, and then I'll start to get stressed out about it. And obviously you try to reduce shit like that because nobody wants to be stressed out. So you push shit like that away, or you or you try to figure it out. Oh, well, that's just silliness. I don't have fucking.
Well, I was gonna ask you, do you have an example? Could you illustrate? What was the last time this happened to you?
I don't think that I do. But I do think that the mind can manifest illness. So, but anyway.
Yeah. I believe that 120. I was just curious, in your own mind, what did your mind tell you to fuck up your day?
I should have come equipped with an example. I don't. The closest thing to an example that I have, and I really think that I may have already shared this on the podcast, but I'm not sure. But in my 20s, right? Young, maybe 22, 20, no, a little bit older, maybe 24, right? Mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
I was having these abdominal pains. And when I was in my 20s, I was fucking probably drinking way too much than I should have been, and drinking just heavy shit, probably Long Island's every night.
I was about to say Long
shit.
Island's, bro. I was thinking about that the other day because I mixed 2 liquors 2 nights ago and felt rough the next day, and I was like, God damn. Imagine what a Long Island did to Todd back in the G.
Yeah. Well, I mean, luckily I was fucking a young, spry cat. But anyway, so I just remember being at work one day, and I was just like, fuck it, dude. I've been having this pain, this dull, aching pain, in the side of my abdomen, the side of my midsection, and I'm pretty sure that I have cirrhosis of the liver, and I'm dying right now. My mind went there, right? So I'm and 24-year-old fucking cirrhosis patient, right? Come on, dude. All right. So anyway, so I literally leave work, drive my ass to fucking EJ's emergency room, and waited however the fuck long I waited, and then I got seen by a doctor, and he was like, "You're way too young to even be thinking about this." I was like, "Doc, you don't understand." He was like, "Dude, you have an abdominal strain. Get out of here."
Nice. Sent you on your way, huh? Hey, you never know. You could have accidentally.
It literally went like that. I think he gave me a fucking prescription for ibuprofen 400 or something.
I thought you were going to tell us he made you fart and was like, "Oh, it's just gas."
Right. No, well, it basically was, right? He was just like, "Dude, you have a fucking abdominal strain."
How do you do that? Abdominal strain.
How do I don't know. And what's even funnier? Because I had that dull, aching pain for weeks, if not months. Well, as soon as that motherfucker told me, as soon as a medical professional told me that I was crazy, that shit went away.
It was
2
the
days.
mind fuck. You fucked yourself.
It was a complete mind fuck, bro. It was a complete mind fuck.
No shit. Yeah, well, that shit could be scary, bro. You'll never know. I had a pain in my gut one time for the longest time, and then it turned out to be appendicitis. I had to get my fucking appendix removed.
Well, Dave, that's some real shit, dog. You would have died if you didn't notice it.
Well, that's the thing.
That's when
Check
you
it
know your
out.
body's working.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I'm telling you.
My pain reflexes saved my life this time.
Right, but I'm saying that it's okay to be a little bit paranoid because what if would have been an appendicitis and you'd have just been like, fuck it, it's an abdominal strain or some shit, and then you didn't go. You know what I'm saying? Appendix could burst.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, you're right. That I mean, I guess you should be concerned. So, like, what is better, right? Like, should you just like cowboy up and like just soldier through the shit? It's like not too long ago, I had one of these things. Like, I don't know about you, but I'll occasionally have like these weird things happen to my body as I get older. I mean, I'm fucking 44 years old, bro. It's getting to the point where like
Jesus Christ,
physiology is getting a little crazy, you know?
Fuck.
But so anyway, so like this one day, like I woke up and like I didn't particularly have much to do that day, so it was just kind of a regular day, you know, not a lot of stress, just lounging and shit. Next thing I know, like I had to lay down, fucking just like dripping sweat head to toe, and like I felt like it, like you know how you hear people say like, oh, I felt like I was dying. Like it's weird. I'm pretty sure I wasn't dying, but it felt so different to any other feeling I had felt. I didn't know how else to classify it. So I was like, this is strange and new. Maybe this is dying, right? Like,
so what were your symptoms besides fatigue and sweat? Was your heart racing or anything?
Yeah, so my heart felt like really weird. Like it felt like it had something to do. Like I was having trouble breathing. Like I was like, because like I all of a sudden got super aware and super sensitive, and probably over aware and overly sensitive. So like I'm trying to pay attention to like each little fucking square inch of my body and like what it's doing differently, you know. But like yeah, so I identified that I was having a little bit of trouble breathing. Dude, I ended up like taking a nap, like you know, falling asleep, and then waking up and feeling fine. And it hasn't happened since.
That was so I'm gonna say that was a panic attack.
I've never had well, there was nothing, like there was no stress.
It doesn't matter. People can have but people can have anxiety attacks, and they don't have to be brought on by outlying conditions, you know?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, there was no anxiety. It was just like a lot of pain. It was physical pain. It wasn't an anxious feeling. It was like something physical was happening. But anyway, it could have been. But it also could have been like a mild heart attack.
Yeah, I guess that'd be uncommon though for your age.
If it would be, and I'm not even suggesting that that's what happened. But if let's just say I did happen to go to the hospital that day or night or whatever it was, and I was told that was a case, I would have like that would have made sense to me. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt like it might have been.
I don't know. That's fucked up. At least you wasn't driving while it happened, bro. At least you were in a spot where you could just like take a break, time out, take a nap, whatever.
Well, it wasn't super sudden. Like it was something where it was like I went from completely feeling normal to like this tiny little feeling of like something is fucking off. And then that feeling went from like that in the span of a half an hour to maybe, you know, to like I gotta fucking lay down.
All right, hey, Reloaded 504s, we're gonna pause for a quick station break and a word from our sponsor, and we will be right back. You know, Todd, back in the day when I wanted to smoke a bowl and I had to hide it, we had to get creative. I used to take a toilet paper tube, put a couple of dryer sheets in there, and that's what I would exhale into, right?
Nice. Yeah.
But shit, these days you don't even have to do that. You can go to Grass City and order what's called a Smoke Buddy.
Home, bruh.
It's a self-contained pocket. You exhale your smoke into the top of the Smoke Buddy, and an odorless air will come out the other end.
That's dope.
It is dope. And check this out. They even have one that glows in the dark if you're in stealth mode, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I would recommend Grass City to all our Reloaded 504ians. This place is like the Amazon of smoking accessories. They've got pipes, bongs, dabbers, papers, rolling trays, grinders. They got everything, bro.
It's where I get all my shit from.
Yeah, me too, bro. Local head shops are cool, but they don't have much to choose from, and you never know who's watching. Cop all your gear from a reputable, secure site, get in plain packaging, and don't worry about a thing. And you could support Reloaded 504 while you're doing it by going to reloaded504.com/smoke. That's reloaded504.com/smoke. Now, Todd, smoke that bowl, son, and let's get back to this show.
Yes, sir.
Grass City. Grass City.
Smoke some, fool!
You know what it was? I know what it was.
What was it?
It was you eat too many sweets, I think. You eat too many sweets, and you had like a sweet panic attack.
Oh, so it was a sugar issue. It was like a blood sugar situation.
There you go, blood sugar issue.
An insulin attack.
That sounds better than
if that's
sweet
the case,
panic attack.
then I have diabetes, and that's the worst. I'd rather just have a heart attack and die.
Diabetes. Oh man, I wish I still had that sound effect. That was great. Diabetes.
Well, you just made it. You can just create it by saying diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah, man. You got a sweet tooth. Personally, sweets aren't my thing. I enjoy them here and there, but here's my question: do we actually digest that shit? Like Starburst, man. Do we actually digest that shit? And how?
Oh yeah, dude.
How? It's like some gummy, a lot of candy is. It's either super hard or gummy type of shit. And you're like, how does the body actually break this down? Like, how the fuck does it actually break down a gummy bear? You know what I'm saying? You could leave that shit outside and it'll be there like 10 years later.
Yeah, and it'll be hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Like no dents in it or anything.
Yeah.
It's like it like the more gangster environment it's thrust into, the more impermeable it gets.
It's true, bro. So
I learned something about exactly what we're talking about right now tonight, like fucking half an hour before we got on this podcast.
How about that?
So we just got back from our little date picnic day, which was like it was. I'm not gonna say it was a struggle, but like. I don't know, bro. Like, I just felt like arguing with people today. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we ended up going to the grocery store after that, and which I always fall victim to the what do they call it? I'm the impulse buyer who buys shit while I'm like in line waiting, right?
Roger.
And so like especially if I see a candy that like happens to be one that I really like that I don't see all the time. So that happened to be the case today. Grabbed the candy, and then when I got home, like tore it open like a fucking crazed like fucking dinosaur raptor, and then just started chewing handful upon handful upon handfuls of them. And I was like in that moment, I was like, I'm putting too much sugar in my fucking body right now, like too rapidly.
Hey, bro, you might be a diabetic for real.
So listen, this is what I did. So I just started, I was like, right then, I spit it out. I spit out what I had in my mouth into the garbage. And then I immediately poured another handful into my mouth and chewed it up until all the sour was gone and then spit it out. I was like, fuck it. If I don't just swallow the sugar, then I'm at least halfway safer.
You just like sugar shamed yourself, bro. You're right around the corner from puking in the jars and hiding them in your closet, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would be scary, bro. But maybe, like, I'm finally starting to like, okay, Tad. Like, what's next, right? Drinking, of course, right? It's got to be the next logical path in my evolution. I already quit smoking, like, so this is sugar, right? This is telling me quit sugar, Tad. And then what's next, bro? What's next?
I don't like this everything in moderation thing because I don't do that. Like, my whole life is not based around an even keel. I go away for a month and then I come home for 2 weeks. So for a month, it's no liquor at all, no beer, none of that shit. And then I come home and I'm like, especially right now while we're on lockdown, COVID lockdown, I'm drinking every goddamn day, bro. I'm drinking every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, see, Dave, but you've earned that right, bro. Like you
earned the right, but check it out.
Hiatus.
Like what you're doing to your body, like that's more in the context of what we're speaking of. What I'm doing to my body. So it's nothing, and then it's everything, and then it's nothing, and then it's everything. Like it's gotta fuck my guts up.
No, it's gotta make you strong like ox.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna say until my dying day, I suppose. But in the meantime, my liver's like, fuck you trying to do to me, boy?
Yeah, no, I think your liver's like, bro, this is awesome. Let's keep it moving. I'm strong. How you feeling? And you're like, I'm feeling all right, bro. Like, all right, you cool?
Oh, look, I can roll with it, bro. I don't give a fuck. I could drink all night long until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then go to the beach. Like, I'm ready. Let's do this. I don't give a fuck. I've seen Mardi Gras too many times, Brian. That's like a goddamn marathon of drinking for over a week straight. So it's I'm not sweating it, bro. I think to myself sometimes, I'm like, it's probably not the healthiest fucking thing I could do. And like you're saying, it's probably going to be one of them things you got to cut off the lists. But, goddamn, bro, I would, if I got to say goodbye to beer, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just go ahead and cut my nuts off, because I've just lost my identity because now I can't get drunk. What the fuck?
Well, I tell you what, bro. When I was forced into sobriety through the harsh ridiculousness of the courts of Jefferson Parish, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
So they force you. They just basically turn you into they make you dry, whether you like it or not.
Yep.
Whether that's the problem or not. It doesn't matter. So I basically had to go like cold turkey, like detox shit, and it was just like it was all fine and good, right? Like it was like uncomfortable and it sucked, and it was like not the norm, and I was like more on edge and like fucking like thoughts weren't clearer. I didn't get healthier. I didn't like see things better, like I didn't fucking get more pep in my step.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I've heard way too many people say that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's true. Like maybe I just, I don't know.
They don't know. It's a lost cause, bro. And like you said, they would send you to, because it happened to me too. They would send you to, let's say, Alcoholics Anonymous when you got busted with a bag of weed or something. Like it's not fitting. It's just the only place that they know to send you besides jail, because they don't want to tie up prison with your lightweight ass. You know what I'm saying? Like your case is not that big. Well, that's actually part of the problem, is that so they pick and choose. So they say, okay, white boy, you can go into the fucking drug court program. We're going to reserve the prisons for the, for the real criminals, quote unquote, which is fucked up. Yeah, we talked about that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely happens all the time, bro. Dead serious, bro.
So I mean, I consider myself to be I got the good end of the stick just about every time I've been thrust into the legal system, because I know how to smile and comb my hair.
Yeah, and put on a tie and fucking
and
hopefully
put on a tie.
Somebody knows somebody or something like that, bro. Dude, I got a good one for you, bro. I got a good story for you. You might have heard this, but I never told it on a podcast. So I go out to the French Quarter all night long, okay, and meet a chick. Don't end up leaving with her until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It was well after daylight. And so we're going back to her house. She lives on the West Bank. I'm on Clearview. I'm nearing the intersection of Clearview and Jefferson Highway right before you get on the Huey P. Long Bridge. And they had done some recent construction, like lane expansion and all of this shit. So I realized, because I was behind an 18-wheeler, I realized that I'm in a turning lane. So I got to get over. So I'm looking in the side view, and I'm about to get over, blinker, all that good shit. We seatbelts.
You were staring at the world through your side view?
Yeah, staring at the world through my side view, pock. And thank God I looked forward for a second. There's a fucking cop on his feet standing in the middle of my lane, and I'm about to run him over. And
that's not good.
No. And I've been out drinking all night. But, I maintain, you know what I'm saying? So I finish getting over, slam on my brakes. It's the fucking Causeway Bridge police. Way the hell over there. Yeah. I hate that they spread out like that, bro. But it's a Causeway Bridge police way over there. This guy is like, were you going to stop? Where was this? This was at the intersection of Clearview and Jefferson Highway, right before you get on the Huey P. Long Bridge.
Clearview?
Yeah, Clearview, right before you get on the Huey P. Long Bridge. That
is the state troopers, or that is the state police.
Well, no, it's not the state police. A bridge cop, Causeway Bridge cop, was
the bridge police. I got you.
Yeah, so I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing over there, but they do spread out, bro. That's another topic for another time. I could tell you about that racket. I researched it. So this dude, I rolled down my window, and he's like, "Were you gonna stop?" Like he was pissed. I'm like, "You lucky you didn't get your ass rolled over just now." Like it just fell out of my mouth like vomit. I couldn't help it. So he fucking pulls me over to the side, and he's talking to me, whatever, and then he gives me a ticket. He couldn't even tell that I was loaded. He gave me a ticket for crossing a solid white line, which is what you encounter when you're getting towards the end of a turning lane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The line becomes solid. So I'm talking to a friend of mine about the ticket that I just got, and he's like, wait a minute. That's not illegal. I just took a driving test because I just got a motorbike, and he had gotten a street bike. He had to go to the DMV to get the operator's license for that or whatever. So he's like, no, that's not illegal. Page, at the time, it was page 32 or 33 in the DMV handbook. You can cross a solid white line. You just need to use extreme caution. So that's what he's telling me. So
it's the double line you can't be fucking with.
The solid yellow line you can't fuck with. So I hear this from him. I go look it up, and sure enough, what I did was legal. So I go to the court early and wait to see the DA. Which is what you should do no matter what. Reloaded 504 ends. If you get a traffic ticket, go to court early and ask to see the DA. 9 times out of 10, your shit's going to get reduced. At least that's the way it was where I was at. So,
yeah, no, he's 100% correct.
Yeah.
And so is this Jefferson Parish? Because they're especially good about that. Like they'll just be like, it's literally like a long line, and they just like stamp you. It's like you spent 30 seconds. So you ran the red light, huh? Are you sure? Like you didn't tap the brakes? Yes, sir. Okay, we'll reduce it to a seatbelt ticket. You okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, get out of here. Cool.
Exactly, bro. So I go in there and I got it planned. I'm like, first of all, I'm disputing this. Second of all, I'm going to say that I just got hired on as a truck driver, and I don't want to jeopardize my job. And so I go in there with that whole spiel.
Playing with their emotions.
Oh, yeah,
that doesn't work.
I mean, whatever the fuck I could possibly do. So I go sit down.
Sure.
I wait forever. I finally get to sit down in front of DA, and I tell her what happened, and then I show her the page printed off from the DMV handbook. And first things first, which was cool. She's like, hey, I appreciate you bringing in the information and supporting your argument. You know, I appreciate that.
There's going to be a but at the end of that sentence.
Well, a traffic cop is walking in her office as we're talking, and he says, oh, what you got? And then she tells him, and he says, oh, no, that's illegal. And then another traffic cop walks in while he's commenting on it, and he says, no, that's legal. So you got 2 cops in front of me right now that are disputing they don't agree with each other. The DA has said nothing about it, and the DMV handbook says the opposite of what I got a ticket for, bro. So she says, look, go sit outside in the hallway. We need to discuss this. I need to look something up, and I'll call you back in. So
that's fuckery, bro. I'd be like, I got shit to do.
Fuck that. I was like, I got it, bitch. I got it. It's in the bag, motherfucker. So I walk out, sit in the hallway, wait for quite a while, and then she calls me back in, and she's like, look, I'm going to let you go on this. And I'm like, well, is it illegal or is it not? And she looks at me, and I'm like, all right, it's all good. Just, sign that piece of paper right there, baby, and we're good to go. And that was it, bro. They were in the wrong, though, bro. They were in the wrong.
That's cool that it worked out, bro. That's very cool. It's not cool that she should have been like, man, just go ahead, bro. We'll figure this out. Like, but understand that she had to dot her I's and cross her T's. And
I wish
at the
I
end
could
of
have
the day,
marched
you
in
got
there,
to go
bro.
home. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I wish I could have walked in there and been like, look, lady, I was 3 sheets to the wind when this guy pulled me over, and he couldn't even tell. And this is what he's trying to nab me on. He should have nabbed me on something else. So just drop this bullshit and then tell him try to catch me again, copper.
Like, y'all motherfuckers don't even know I shouldn't even be in public right now, bitches.
Yeah, really. I was so fucking toasty when I was talking to this stupid-ass traffic cop that don't know his laws. Anyway, peace out.
Yeah. Fucking another one bites the dust. It's always a victory when you outsmart the
Fuck yeah,
the
stuck it to the man, yer. Stuck it to the man.
Yeah.
You said before that you were kind of freaked out whenever there's dead people involved in a situation. I don't remember what episode it was or what the hell we were talking about, but you and I were talking about dead people. And you were like, yeah, man, if there's dead people involved, it kind of freaks me out. Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought of trying to conquer your fears by, I don't know, maybe working at a mortuary, or you do photography and shit. Maybe you could photograph dead people. Like, you ever thought about that? Like conquering your fears?
I mean, yeah. If I was going to go that route, I don't think I'd start with death. I don't think death is a fear, right? Like a phobia per se. It's just I'd rather not be like around dead people.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got people that would rather not be around snakes, but they still they figure out a way to conquer the fear sometimes. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I don't like so I also don't like blood and guts. So like when the Discover or the Learning Channel when it first got popular, it had all those fucking operation shows that like would show operations.
Yeah, they're
and like
graphic.
everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing. Like now we can see what they're doing to us."
Yeah.
I was like, "This is fucking like horrible and horrendous." No, that's why they put you to sleep so you don't know what the fuck they're doing to you.
Well, yeah, so you can't feel that shit, but for somebody else, I mean, they might get interested in that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Well, that's a much more unrational fear that I have. That and heights. Like if I'm too high somewhere, like if I'm too like up too high elevation wise, I'll get vertigo and it will become unrational. Like I know I can stand in one place for as long as I want. But if I'm 3,000 feet up and I can see over the side, I can't stand still. I'll feel like I need to fall down into the void.
That's so hilarious that you had to distinguish high. Like you had to be more specific, like if I'm too high elevation wise.
Yeah, I mean, hey, because there's such a thing as getting too fucking high smoking weed, bro. Like anybody who smokes to weed and has tried edibles, they may know what I'm talking about. Like you can bite off a little bit more than you can chew, and next thing you know, you're like fucking wrapping yourself in a blanket, bro, asking somebody to pour fucking cold water on you.
I have never done any edibles.
Oh well, dude. So the thing about edibles is that like, so you can smoke the greatest of weed, flower wise. Smoke just some really strong, really good stuff, and be okay with it. And then you can eat an edible, and if you have too many milligrams of THC in that edible, like I can't tell you what too much is because it's all individual. But if you cross that line, like it's super heady and like it becomes like a bad trip, like a hallucination type thing.
What? Did it happen to you before?
No, nothing that severe has ever happened.
They had that cop, I know you remember, everybody's got to remember this, that cop got high with his wife and calls 911. He's like, I think we're fucking dying.
Yeah. Like, sir, what's wrong? What did you do? They're like, we ate a half of an edible.
Right?
Yeah.
That's gay.
Yeah, no, that shit is, you got to try edibles. Well, you can't, but but that shit is weird. Like, you got to be super respectful of the edible. It's almost like tripping. Like, literally, like I would never trip without like considering what I have planned the rest of the day.
No shit. Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat edibles. Like, I'd think about what I got going on.
Yeah.
In case like I'm around the wrong people and like I freak out and they like hold me down with leather straps and shit.
Yeah, you need a support system, bro. I ate coca leaves one time.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I was going to some festival or something. Maybe it was Jazz Fest. I don't even remember. But so I had somebody had a bunch of coca leaves, and so I got a few.
Who the fuck rolls around with a bunch of coca leaves?
I have no idea, but if anybody would have had it, it would have been this chick, and she had some coca leaves. So you take the coca leaves and start chewing on them, and you take a little pinch.
Was she Colombian or Peruvian or
no,
like?
No, she was.
What the fuck? The bitch had coca leaves.
She was from the bayou. I don't know, bro. And you take a little pinch of baking soda, and put it in your mouth while you're chewing a coca leaves. It's supposed to release some shit. And
the Krakens.
yeah, I guess so, bro. It releases the Krakens. And it didn't, it just made my face kind of numb. It didn't really like have anywhere near the effect of cocaine. But
Yeah,
it was interesting. Like, how can you pass on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was actually like thinking the whole time you're telling this story, I was like, I've never experienced coca leaves. I am a little bit envious right now. And as a matter of fact, I was thinking if I could cut Dave off right now, I would yell, I'm not a really big fan of cocaine, but I'd love to do a bump right now.
Roger. Yeah,
Because I really would.
the thought crosses my mind occasionally, but you ever watch how that shit's made? They use acid and gasoline, bruh. So you're putting that in your fucking nostrils, bruh, and your mucous membranes aren't the toughest part of your skin. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if you were smeared it on the bottom of your foot, but that's not the case.
Wait, what are we talking? Cocaine? What?
Yeah. In the process of making cocaine, they use. Well, maybe it's not
Bro,
gasoline; it's kerosene or something like that.
I challenge you to conduct a survey on every single person who has ever in their life done a bump of cocaine, and if you could say, so, sir, what was the negative experience that you had with this substance? And they'd say, well, the fact that it was made with ammonia and fucking. What the fuck are you talking about, Dave?
I'm talking about the shit's harmful to your mucous membranes, bruh.
It's harmful to your health in general. It's not good.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that. Maybe
I'm not
in
endorsing
moderation, like
cocaine
everything
use.
else.
I'm just
but-
saying I wouldn't mind doing a bump right now. Like tomorrow,
Hey,
probably
bruh.
won't feel that way.
If it feels good, do it, and do it till you're satisfied. Just don't fuck anybody else up in the process, and everybody should be good with that. The universal
That's
law.
the thing about cocaine is you can't make promises.
Yeah, no, everything's off the table once I open this baggie.
I can't promise you that I'm not gonna fuck something up.
Yep. I tried it, bro. I tried it, and after I tried it for 4 weekends in a row, and by the time the 4th weekend rolled around, I'm like, you know what? I started adding up the money I spent on it, and I started looking around. I'm like, I ain't ate dinner or breakfast, and it's probably lunchtime right now, and I'm still up, and this is ridiculous. And I threw it in the toilet, flushed it, and never did it again.
Yeah, man. Wise. Basically similar to me, right? So the only reason why it's not like my particular flavor of choice. Basically all those reasons, right? So way too expensive. I don't think I've ever in my life bought cocaine. I think maybe hung around the right people for like whatever periods of time. Shit, I couldn't even tell you the last time anybody's asked me about coke. Like I couldn't even. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know where to find it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yes, like for all those reasons, like you, like for me, it was just like the come down was so horrible. Like so, the next day you just felt like all of your like serotonin was stripped from your body, so you were just like like a zombie person walking around looking like trying to suck the salt off of a graham cracker when everybody knows that graham crackers don't have any salt.
Yeah, that was a poor choice of example, I think, Todd. But nonetheless, I understand where you're coming from because I've been there before myself, and yes, I don't wish to go back, bro. Let me ask you this, man. How concentrated do you suppose our pee stream is? You ever pee on the side of the toilet bowl in an attempt to be quiet?
Yes.
I have too, and I think that's ridiculous.
Why?
Because it doesn't work.
It depends on how expensive the toilet is that you're pissing into.
No, it doesn't, bro. It just doesn't work. You're still squirting something onto the side of something, and it's still splashing into water, so it still makes a goddamn noise. Like, that's a ridiculous solution.
Yeah, but it doesn't make, so what you're doing is you're deflecting, so it doesn't make this, like, you know it's different, bro. It's just less, it's more subtle.
I've peed on, like, something that's hanging in the toilet bowl that shouldn't be there because I don't want to scrub it, and sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't work.
Yeah,
But
I do the same. We all do that, bro.
it's an honest attempt.
If there's something that can be I don't know, aimed at. We're gonna aim at it. Try to hit it. Try to get it the fuck off there, like fucking like target practice.
Dude, they used to be. I know you remember this. They used to, like, I don't know what bar that was, but they used to have targets in the urinals. Like you could pee. It was like skee ball, but pee.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I forgot what place it was. There was a couple of bars throughout my run that like they kind of, because back in the day, I don't think people do ice anymore. Like that was definitely a thing in the 90s, like fucking ice.
No,
in the
that's
urinals.
probably been a thing since the dawn of time, bro.
Oh, okay, you're right, but I don't think they do it anymore. Like I think health reasons.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it in the first place, but I was like, cool, you can melt ice while you're pissing. But all the urinals everywhere should have like some kind of target practice. Like that's just, it's something to do.
Well,
And
I mean,
something men can do. Women can't do that.
they can't if they get that fucking, what do they call that thing where they turn their vag into a like a teapot?
I don't know.
So if
I want to call it a pee funnel because that's what it looks like.
That's what it
a
looks
pee
like. It
funnel.
like basically hugs the camel toe or forms a camel toe, and then like so they just pee all over their labia majora.
Yes.
And like basically all over their I don't know, like shaved pubic area. I don't know. Like it's just got to be craziness.
Yeah, but
And then they dump it out, or is it like does it overflow?
no,
Like, there can't be-
no. They have to be standing up. That's the whole purpose. And then all it does is just basically it's like a funnel for their pee to shoot down into to go straight out like a pee stream. Because you got to realize women don't have like a normal pee stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean their urethra is like a booty hole, whereas ours is like a fucking it's
No,
like a
they're
goddamn precision laser tool.
no man. Their urethra is the same as ours, but they're pissing on their own selves. They piss on themselves. You realize that? They piss on their own lips.
Yes.
So they can't aim. So it's like if you or I pissed on a rag.
It's not the same thing. We have deflectors that guide our shit. Dude, have you ever looked at your pee stream? It comes out in a perfect spiral.
I don't know about a spiral, but it comes out together. Like it
Dude.
has composure.
Bro, go pee right now and watch that bitch spiral into perfection.
There's no spiral, bro. You
Trust
don't-
me, you'll see it. You've never noticed it. It's there.
And as a matter of fact, you bring up a point that I would like to make. I think that the next generation of man 2.0, will have rifling in his urethra so that the
Jesus.
pee stream does like twirl, make that twirl, so that
Right.
it's more concentrated. That's man 2.0.
Well, so it just goes further?
Probably so. Like it'll extend the arch, I would think, because I mean,
Well, that's the only reason why they would bore out. Like that's why they do it. It's for velocity, right? Because it pops it out. It puts that torque into it.
Yeah, well, I think it would hold its composure better because rifling made bullets go farther and more accurately. So
Gotcha.
the rifling in your urethra would make your pee extend further and more accurately.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
There
going
you go.
with.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would not volunteer for that surgery.
No, bro. Me neither. All right, bro. Sign off for the people, bro. We done made an hour. Like,
God
pee
damn, I had so much I
showers,
wanted
bruh.
to, so much I had to get off my chest. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't got shit. Yeah, hey, thanks for listening, people. Shout out to 50 Cent, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Thanks for all the love and for the big bags. Love you guys.
For sure. Peace, peace, peace.
Later.